Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help, and welcome back to another video today. If you guys like the video, make sure to smash the like button and maybe even consider subscribing for more. In today's video, I want to talk about something that I didn't really like at the start of the game or the first kind of updates of it, and that is old school RuneScape mobile. I've always been like a PC person pretty much. I've never really been into like consoles. Pretty much the only console that I've ever really been into would be like a Nintendo Game Boy or a Nintendo DS or something like that. I was never really much of an Xbox kid or anything like that. And I did play a couple phone games like Plants vs. Zombies, you know, Clash of Clans, all that type of stuff. But I've always just pretty much played RuneScape. So when they brought RuneScape to the phone, I thought it was kind of an odd thing. Now, don't get me wrong, if they made this back when I was in, you know, public school or, you know, even high school, I would have absolutely loved this, you know, playing it with my friends during class, you know, exactly what we should have been doing. But, yeah, I didn't really have much of a use for it because I was always just like, if I'm at my PC anyways, why would I just play old school RuneScape in my bed? You know, I have a comfy chair and stuff like that, and I never really thought of a good use for RuneScape mobile, right? You know, because I would pretty much always be home, or when I would be out, I'd be working and stuff like that, or out with people, and I really wouldn't want to just like be playing RuneScape while I'm like with a bunch of people, right? I'm gonna first start this off by telling you guys a very funny story. So I never did this myself, but my friends had this app called Remote Desktop. I'm pretty sure it's still a thing, but basically what they did is they would like turn their computers on in the morning and they would set this app up where they could like access their desktop from their phone. This is way before old school RuneScape mobile was a thing, right? So basically what they would do is they would set it up and they would have access to their desktop. So it wouldn't be like a RuneScape client, but they would open RuneScape from this app and they'd be able to play RuneScape on their phones. It was very bad though. I think you had to like pay for this app or something like that, but it was very bad, very laggy. It was probably because phones were so bad back then. I'm pretty sure it would be pretty good now, but it pretty much loaded the whole computer from the phone, and they would launch RuneScape in class in like 2000 and whatever. Sorry about that, I got a notification, but basically they would, you know, launch RuneScape from this app, and it was very laggy, very slow. But I just remember my one friend was training on experiments back in the day. That was like the sand crabs back then for peers. It was way worse than sand crabs or rock crabs or anything like that, but it was really good for one defense peers back then. And my one friend would train pretty much like 8 hours a day while we were at school. Maybe not 8 hours, like 6-7 hours a day while we were in school on these experiments, and just get so much strength XP. And it would be a really crazy thing too, because one time he did fletching, and he would also do fletching when he got home, and he was literally like rank 1 fletching overall for like a 30-day period, and he only did it for like 2 weeks. It was a really crazy thing because he was just fletching, right? Like nothing crazy too, like logs, but he was just fletching like 18 hours a day. And it was a weird thing. Like, I mean, was not paying attention in school at all, but you know, it was really good because he was able to do that. And I always really wanted to do this and stuff like that, but I didn't want to pay for this application, and I did have a laptop, and I kind of like wouldn't want to like drain the battery and stuff like that, and I didn't want to leave it plugged in because, yeah, I don't know, it was just I was a weird kid. My other friend had the exact same app, and what he did was he just got a bunch of stuff to high elk, and this was a really cool thing that he did. So basically he had this app, the same app, but he zoomed it in very far, so it would just be like his entire phone screen would just be like this icon right there, or like the elk icon right there, and he would just sit there and basically play cookie clicker all day, if you guys know what that game is. But he would just be elking all day in class, so he could still like pay attention in school, but he would just be training magic and elking. I think there was profitable stuff that you could be elking back then, so it was pretty cool. And I was always just like asking, oh, how much XP and how much progress, and I'd just sit there and like watch them kill experiments and watch them elk because I was so into the game at the time. But I can't even imagine if we had something like old school RuneScape mobile right now, and if I was in like high school, I would have failed, man. I know they've made a lot of improvements to the mobile, the old school RuneScape mobile app. When it first came out, it was playable. It was still playable. It was still really good, but it's a lot better now. I have like a 5-year-old phone, so I don't have the best phone. I'm sure if I had like the top of the line best phone, it would be even better. But the whole game is pretty playable. I mean, I wouldn't be doing killing Hydra on it, but there's a lot of things that you can go ahead and do on old school RuneScape mobile. Using the bank's pretty easy. You know, there is an option for dropping things, which makes, you know, something like fishing, woodcutting, mining, something like that very, very easy as well. Anything AFK is very, very good. So say something like cooking, you know, anything like that, like even herb lore realistically, but cooking is very, very good as well. You know, if you wanted to do something like mining amethyst, that would be very, very good as well. Pretty much any combat you could do Slayer on mobile. It would be a little more difficult, but it's definitely possible. But yeah, if you're like at like one location for a long time and you just sit there and camp, old school RuneScape mobile is actually so good. I just like was always pretty much on my computer or very busy to the point where I wouldn't even be on my phone, so I didn't really give the game a proper shot. But I've been playing old school RuneScape mobile a lot more now. You know, because I'm out a lot of the day now, sitting in my car, and when I'm bored, I just hop onto old school RuneScape mobile, and I have a really good idea that I want to do with old school RuneScape mobile, which will help me progress this account a lot more. I'm going to be training agility on old school RuneScape mobile. I think agility is a really good skill to train on mobile. I do miss the little RuneLite green highlighted things. If there is a way to get that, can somebody let me know down below, because they're so small on the phone, and then you have to like find the agility shortcut, and it's such a pain. We've been so spoiled with RuneLite over the years, but now I feel like the agility shortcut's not there if it's not, you know, highlighted in green. But yeah, it's such a good skill because you never need a bank, right? It's not like AFK, but it's, you know, if you're not doing anything, you can just tap, 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 and at least you're gaining some XP, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna try and get like, you know, anywhere between 20 and maybe like 50k agility XP per day, just like on mobile. I think that will help add up a lot, because agility is one of the skills that's going to, oh my god, I just buried a Hydra bone. One of the skills that's going to take me a long time to go ahead and max, because I'm at 87 right now and it's my lowest skill. And if I can get this amount of agility XP just sitting in the car playing mobile over time, that's going to add up a ton. So I really do think it is the call to go ahead and do. But I would like to know if you guys play mobile and what methods you do on mobile. I know there's some people that play the entire game on mobile, and shout out to you for doing that, because I could not do that. But I mean, if that's like the only option you have, then, you know, to play RuneScape, then that'd be, you know, amazing. It's better than any other pretty much app that you can get, right? So yeah, they've done a really good job with mobile, and I just want to know what you guys do on it. If there's other things you would recommend me to do on it that would, you know, help out the account over time and stuff like that. It's also a really weird thing for me to play mobile, because I'm so used to having like not multiple, but usually 2 accounts open at the same time, and then having like YouTube open as well, and a bunch of other stuff like OBS and stuff like that open. It's really weird to just like have RuneScape on the screen with like the bad graphics again, because we don't have RuneLite and stuff like that. But it's definitely an experience, and it's better to get some XP than no XP, especially when like I'm doing nothing, right? I'm not gonna just be sitting doing nothing, so I might as well do something kind of productive in a way. And I think agility is the perfect skill to go ahead and train while I'm, you know, just doing nothing and I'm not at my computer or whatever at the moment. But yeah, if you guys use mobile, let me know down below and tell me what skills you train on mobile, or if you do make money on mobile. I know a lot of people use it to do like birdhouse runs and farm runs, which is actually very smart. Maybe I can hop on that, because then you could realistically do them like every hour, right? If you have mobile, you just pull out your phone, do a birdhouse run. I feel like that would be a lot of upkeep though, and it would turn into a big chore if you had to do it like every hour. But I'd imagine you'd get paid pretty well from getting all the herbs and seeds over time. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. And if you watched the whole video, go ahead and type "almost died at Hydra." Anyways, thank you guys, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya later.